Welcome. Thanks so much for joining us on the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Deb Gillard, your host, and today is Friday, March 2nd. We want to remind you, as we have been throughout the week, that not only are you finding us here on Charter Cable Channel 8 in the Owatonna area, but we are out there now on some social media. You've found us on blip.tv, which you can still go to either there or through Google. We are on YouTube, and we are now on Facebook as well. So make sure you like us when you get there, and then you'll get updates and things from us here on the Owatonna Today Show. Of course, our supporters are the individuals and businesses that really help the program coming to you, whether it's locally or out on the social media, and we appreciate them very much. We hope you tell them thank you and patronize their businesses. Our premier supporters include the Steele County Food Shelf, Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County, Owatonna Public Utilities, Mayo Clinic Health System Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, and the City of Owatonna. Primary supporters are Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Little Theater of Owatonna, the Owatonna Care Center, Steele County Environmental Services, and Steele County Historical Society. And our interlude supporters are Abraham Consulting Technologies, Summit Mortgage, A+ Sew and Vac, Glenn Mager and Tim Thomas of the Brick Mager Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clare Bridge of Owatonna, Carlson Branstad and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care Professionals, Clancher and Son Landscaping and Concrete, Napa Auto Parts, the Owatonna Business Incubator, Pizza Ranch, Brifinium Financial, Snap Fitness, and TPS Insurance. And if you are someone or know of someone who's interested in becoming a supporter of this show, get a hold of Leanne, 390-5751. She'll be happy to get you a supporter packet. And at any time, if you would like to make a contribution to the program to help keep us on the air, you may do so by sending it to 1130 North Elm here in Owatonna. We have a very good show for you today with lots of information. We are going to be coming back from our first break and talking with Julianna Skluzacek about the business, nope, I was going to say it wrong again, the Owatonna Business Women and their Woman of Achievement event coming up a little bit later on in the program. Matt Durand joins us, and we'll be talking about stormwater management and some things that are going on there. So let's take this break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Live full, live well, live long. The mission of the Owatonna Senior Place is to involve, enrich, and empower adults 50 years of age or better to live as independently as possible in our communities. We do this by promoting the wellness of adults 50 years of age or better through recreational, educational, and social opportunities, as well as being a referral source for services available within our service area. Activities and programming of the center emphasize creating, maintaining independence in all phases of life. Please come and join us today.
Hi, we're Mark and Becky Stevens of the Owatonna Pizza Ranch.
And we support the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. Thanks again for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show. It is Friday, March 2nd, and so Julianna Skluzacek, welcome to you. We're a week away from a big event for the Owatonna Business Women, aren't we?
Yes, we are. On March 9th, we are going to have our Women Working Together, which is our Woman of Achievement Night, and also we announce our scholarship winners that evening, and also when we recognize our Pioneer Woman Award.
Okay, and we'll be getting into a little bit of that. Of course, it is March 9th, and it takes place where?
At the Owatonna Arts Center. It starts at 6:15 with a silent auction and a social hour with great wine and great food, and then at 7:25 the program begins.
Okay. All right, sounds like a lot of fun. And they can get tickets if somebody's interested at this moment?
At Profinium Financial, out by Lowe's, and also downtown at Cedar Gallery. And they're only $20, and the money goes to a great, great effort.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about that, too, and we want to find out about our nominees and things like that. But this is an event that's been going on for quite some time, correct? And
right. I think 25 years ago or so, we used to do an October luncheon. Mm-hmm. And then it got moved about, I would say 12 or 13 years ago to Women's History Month, which is March. Mm-hmm. And we moved the Women of Achievement Award to March, and just decided to do this wonderful fun evening and where we would raise some money for scholarships and also be able to recognize the working women of Steele County.
Okay, well, let's mention first a little bit about the scholarships. They are probably in place right now for the upcoming year.
Right, we give 4 $1,000 scholarships every year, 2 to graduating seniors and 2 to women returning to school.
Okay.
And I think that it's a wonderful thing, especially for those women who are returning to school, because they're the ones who possibly need a real financial boost, and for the high school students is a way to make their dreams come true for their educational goals.
Yeah. What are some of the criteria that you follow, or is it just to...
Well, you apply, and I think they're looking at, I'm sure that the, grade point average, if you're a senior, plays into that, but also financial need.
Okay. Okay, so a great group of individuals, I think, have already received scholarships and gone on to do
really wonderful things. It's really great when we have a woman who will come back to our festivities and who we helped along and is doing really well in life. And
very, very nice. Okay.
So that's great.
And it's a fundraiser, I'm sure, for the group as a whole, too.
Right,
in a way.
right. So the money that we raise all goes towards the scholarships.
Okay.
And so I passionately believe in supporting it because I think educating women is one of the ways where we help them to improve their lives and pick themselves up.
Definitely. And let's talk a little bit about the Owatonna business women in general as a group. It sounds like that's a very supportive notion, what you just said, probably for the group as a whole.
It's a wonderful group. I've been involved with it since 1993, and it's one of the oldest chapters in the state, and it's been around for over 70 years.
Wow.
I know. And you think of how life has changed for the working woman in the last 70 years, and now where women were a lot in supportive roles in business are now owning their own businesses and running their own businesses, and I think that's really great.
I'm sure the face of the group has changed quite a bit over time. And currently about how many members?
Over 50.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had a real nice surge in membership in the last couple of years under the guidance of some really good presidents. And we meet the third Tuesday of every month at the out at the Owatonna Country Club, and lunch is only $10, but the first time you come, lunch is on us. Okay. And we'd love to have anybody. So.
Okay. So come and check it out. Well, let's talk about this great event that's coming up next week, and it is to acknowledge, as you mentioned, the Pioneer Woman Award, and we can mention that person, can't we?
Yes, we can, because that person's been selected.
Okay.
Her name is Jackie Ostland. And
people in the community would probably recognize
yes,
that
and
name.
she's terrific, and I'm very excited for her. Jackie was the person who formed the Women's Resource Center, which is now the Crisis Resource Center. And under the guidance at that time of Contact Teleministries, and I think that I'm not overstating to say that she is possibly, by doing that, has saved the lives of women,
so we have
in the area.
Crisis Resource Center on our program frequently and talk about all the good work that they do in the community with women and with children in abusive situations, and it's really, really quite amazing to know how many people are continued to be served.
Right. Jackie wrote that first grant that got the program funded, put the Advocates program in place, and so that women had a safe place they could call and when they were in an abusive situation, and a way to get them out of danger, and to help to train the advocates. And plus she's just been a part of so many other organizations in town, and now does a lot of great work for grandparents and education.
She and her husband own a business?
Yes, they do. She and Pete Oslin helped to open the first Insti Prints here, and also have opened one in Faribault now. And she partnered with Pete to get that business up and running, and so she's a great, great mentor, I think, for younger women. I
think so, too. When she takes something on, I think it can be safely said that she digs in completely.
Absolutely.
whether it's for a cause or something nonprofit like a resource, like the Resource Center, or Contact, I know she was involved with, or their very own business. I'm sure she and Pete just working hand in hand. I know she was really in the trenches with him.
Right, and you know, they were real involved with hockey here too. So she just, whatever it is, she just jumps in 100%.
Yeah, she is really a great, great person. So we get to acknowledge her today and tell her congratulations. But she will be honored the night of the dinner as well.
And we encourage her friends to come and support her that night. Yeah, have fun. It's a really great event. It's just, you know, the room is filled with men and women. Men are welcome, and come support the women in their lives. And it's just a high-powered, fabulous evening. We have so much fun.
Well, let's talk about the other nominees, just
yes,
at least
should.
briefly, and if we, you know, whatever details or information we have about them.
We have 5 nominees this year, and these are nominated from women in the community, and they are Beth Spinby, Trudy Pierce, Robin Hosley, Vicki Jensen, and Becky Dawley. And they are all really fabulous women. And it's not, we don't want it to seem like it's like the Miss America pageant kind of thing or something like that. It's really, these women are chosen to represent the working women of Steele County, and then there's one person who's chosen then to represent those 5 and for the year, and it's a great honor, and we're looking forward to having a good time.
How exciting! A great group of women again, and I know from past. And I would imagine these women carry on that tradition. They are very involved in their places of work, very involved, generally speaking, in the community, whether it's their church organization or volunteer work.
Right, and the criteria speaks to, you know, what business you're in and what you've done with within your career that way, but also in terms of what you've done in your community. How have you helped younger women? How have you mentored women? And that's a great part of the equation as well.
Okay, it's got to be a difficult decision. You have a committee set just to look at the nominees, don't you?
Right, and they have actually an interview here in the next week, and those interviews are done by people who don't live in Steele County, who don't know the women. So it's a very, you know, a very fair process. Okay,
and unbiased really in any way. I think we've talked about that before with people who have been on the program. So best of luck to all of them, but even to be nominated and among that group is an honor.
It's a pretty
cliche
high,
to say it that way.
I know, but it is a high-powered group of women, and it is a great night.
Okay. Well, we remind people again to get tickets at Cedar Gallery or
Profinium Financial.
Profinium Financial. It is on March 9th at the Owatonna Arts Center, and we encourage one and all to get tickets and have a great evening and help to acknowledge and honor these special women.
Yes, it's going to be terrific. Come on.
Business women. All right, Julianna, thank you so much for joining us, and have a very, very successful event.
Thanks.
All right, we'll take a break for our supporters, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance, and we are proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm Dr. Wilbert Pino, and I'm the new orthopedic surgeon at the Mayo Health System's Owatonna Clinic. I'm a general orthopedic surgeon who relocated here with my family starting January 9th. My areas of specialty are pediatric and spine surgery, and I do general orthopedic surgery as well. I look forward to meeting you and be of service to you if you have any orthopedic needs.
Hi, I'm Doug Johnson with the Owatonna Business Incubator. We're here to help small businesses start and to grow. We're a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Did you know that it is illegal in the city of Owatonna to host or allow a gathering where minors will be consuming alcoholic beverages on your property or in your residence? Did you know it is illegal to provide minors with alcohol unless they are your own kids, in your own home, and you are present? Underage drinking leads to increased risks of future chemical dependency, engaging in more serious criminal activity, and becoming a victim of a crime. Please help keep our kids and our community safe by not encouraging, hosting, or allowing underage drinking. This is a message from the Owatonna Police Department and the Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County.
Hi, I'm Stormy Trom, reminding you that March is Food Share Month.
Please join us for the 19th Annual Hometown Sampler Concert at the Little Theater of Owatonna on March 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, benefiting the Steele County Food Shelf. Enjoy the musical offerings of the Bad Tangerines, the Gogs, Hot and Bothered, and the Mile 5 Band. Admission to the Hometown Sampler is a cash or food donation to the Steele County Food Shelf. Our goal is to raise $92,000 during the month of March. Help us kick off Food Share Month by attending the Hometown Sampler.
Welcome back. Thanks again for joining us on this Friday, March 2nd, and Matt Durand joins us. As I mentioned, we're going to be talking stormwater management, and that is your title at the city.
It is. I'm a stormwater manager.
That is what you do, and that's what we talk about, and we like talking about. There are so many things that are going on all the time. I think in your department, we were talking earlier, you probably could fill up a whole show, and we'll just have you back again. So we do that. But coming up at this time of the year now, there's some important things. The Rain Garden cost share program started last year and is continuing now.
Yeah, we had a great year last year. It was kind of our pilot program. We had Dustin Demmer, who was working for the city, a great guy, that helped get this program off the ground. And it's available to all homeowners within the city that are interested in helping infiltrate stormwater instead of having it run off into our storm sewers. And so we work with them to design a rain garden, and then the homeowner has a little bit of sweat equity in installing it. The program covers 50% of the cost of a rain garden, up to $500.
Wow.
And so you could certainly look to have a contractor do it as well, and then that would apply up to that $500 amount as well, if you're unable to do it. But
does that put in a pretty good sized rain garden? I mean, if somebody would max it out to, I mean, I'm sure they can be any and all sizes. They could be as big as this table, or they could be much more expansive.
Right. Yeah, what happens if people are interested, we come out and look at the site with them to make sure that it's conducive, that there aren't utilities that might conflict with, you know, the digging, and to make sure that we're capturing the maximum amount of runoff off of their roof or their driveway or what have you. So we look to maximize the size, because in the end it's treating the stormwater before it gets to the city sewers and helps slow down the velocity, and can even help you know, with ponding spots in your yard. So.
You know, we've had conversations about this, but again, to remind our viewers of what a rain garden actually is. I know we were actually out behind, where were we, Leanne, when we went? Yeah, Nick's Pizza, and in that area last year, and that's huge, and it was beautiful. We were out there with our master gardeners. But the whole purpose of it is to have plant species in there that are going to actually hold that water, right, and bring it back down.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, before Owatonna was settled, it was, you know, prairie. It was, you know, a lot of native plants that could absorb that water and treat that water, even with the deep root structures. So, you know, we've cleared that off. We've added more impervious surface and roofs and in streets and driveways, and so that water doesn't have that chance to re-enter the aquifers like it did before. So rain gardens are located, retrofitted into spots where that water can infiltrate down into the sand layers and slow it down instead of having it dump into the straight river, which is impaired, which hopefully we'll talk a little bit more about today here.
Okay, all right. And we don't, and the more we can keep from running into the catch basins and going places and keeping it filtering down, it's just better for our environment.
Our stormwater is impaired with phosphorus. You know, we fertilize our lawns to make them green, and when we have rain events, that can wash off into the storm sewers, and then it gets into our waterways, which promotes algae growth, and then can have negative effects on the wildlife.
Okay, so really, really important reasons to put these in. Now, people can find out a little bit more about rain gardens at an upcoming Community Ed class.
That's right. On April 30th, from 6:30 to 8:30, we are partnering with the Canaan River Watershed Partnership to put on a class there. So if homeowners are interested, they need to come to this class. It's free of charge. They learn about how to design it, what plants to select, what the long-term maintenance is, and it's a great learning experience for them in a classroom setting before they actually start, you know, moving dirt.
Okay. So and you had this last year too, didn't you?
Yep.
It's kind of, and like you said, it's kind of a prerequisite if they're going to go into the cost share program, but great learning even if they don't want to go into the cost share program, to find out about maybe putting in a rain garden and what it might be able to do for their
It's great word of mouth for us as well to, you know, like you said, if it doesn't work for them, it might work for, you know, a family member or a neighbor or something like that. So it was a good success for us last year, and we're looking to capitalize on that this year.
How many individuals took advantage of it?
We had 6 rain gardens installed. Yep.
All right, that's perfect. So April 30th, 6:30 to 8:30 at the Roosevelt Community Center, and I'm guessing they can just find out about it too in their Community Ed booklet.
Through the catalog.
Right there. We also want to talk, while we're on the topic of rain gardens, too, about the Boulevard Rain Garden Program.
Right.
I was going to mush that up. But.
Yep. We did our first Boulevard rain garden, and it's similar to a traditional rain garden, except it's adjacent to the concrete curb.
Okay.
And so when we reconstruct streets, you know, on an annual basis, we divert that stormwater into a rain garden located on the boulevard of your home, of your property, with landscaping around it as well. So that water is disconnected and treated before it keeps going down the storm sewer during large rain events. So it's more for the half-inch rain event, but it's constant treatment, and the homeowner gets a landscape feature in front of their yard. So
how does that get decided on? I mean, how do you figure out where you want to have one? Sure. How does someone know that this may be a part of my yard? How does that process work?
If your street is being reconstructed, you will get an assessment notice sent out in the spring, and we have an envelope stuffer in that as well. And if you are interested and want to learn more information, you can contact us, and we can see if the site is conducive to a boulevard rain garden to make sure that grades and utilities aren't affected there. So
so it's really if work is going to be done, not necessarily on an existing street.
Correct.
No work is being done. There's going to be some street work done there, and you're going to take that opportunity to.
There's huge cost savings for us to implement it into the reconstruction versus just going out and putting one in on a street that's already done. So there's a lot of cost savings there, and it's a win-win for all involved.
Okay. Yeah. So if we have city taxpayers here and they're getting information about an assessment and they're probably getting that stuffer, then they just need to contact you.
Yep.
In your
all the contact information on the webs or on the show here.
Okay.
So.
Okay. There still is the Adopt a Rain Garden program going on too?
If you're a civic organization that want to adopt a rain garden that the city owns, like the one down behind Nick's Pizza, you can help us 3 times a year manage it and keep it up, and you get your organization information posted at the rain garden showing that you're helping make a difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we want to just talk briefly, mention the Owatonna TLC that's going to be coming up as well.
I'm really excited about this. We're working with the schools, the 4th and 5th graders at the elementaries for an event during Earth Day, the Owatonna TLC program, the trash and litter cleanup, where we have the students go out and pick up the debris, the trash, do some catch basin stenciling around their schools. We have a pledge card and a contest, a poster contest for the students, and the winning student they get a pizza party for their class, and the mayor comes to visit them, and all winning class posters then get to walk in the parade, the homecoming parade as well.
Very nice. Okay,
we're excited to get
some of our youngest community citizens.
Yep, we'll get the children involved to get the moms and dads on board as well, because it's always exciting to have your child come home and say, you know, I learned about something they're really passionate about. So it's a great way for these kids, and it ties in well with the Leader in Me initiative curriculum that's in the schools as well, finding something where they can make a difference and be a leader in their community. So
kind of taking charge of something and having it, calling it their own. So that is TLC. It stands for Trash and Litter Cleanup, and I like that. That's very nice, and I'm sure you'll get some good response to that. So if we've got 4th, 5th graders in the schools, we'll be seeing some more information coming out anytime now?
Yeah, we've been, Rochester has a similar program, and they've been great to share their experiences with us, and so we're going to be working with the student councils and with the parents and a stakeholder group of some of the teachers and principals involved. So we're excited about that coming up here in the spring.
Always things to keep you busy. And you mentioned Dustin, and he was your intern, and you currently don't have one. So
we do have a job description for an internship posted. So if anyone wants to do a pro bono internship, we're definitely interested in those kind of opportunities.
It certainly helped you out a lot to have him here last year. And of course, we had him on the program. I know we went out and even took a look at some of the plants that were being raised for the rain gardens, and he was very passionate about that. So he was a great fit here in the community. And if you know of someone who's interested in the things that Matt does and would like to be a part of that program, I'm sure you would welcome.
We would love that.
An energetic individual to help you out. And on a daily basis, Matt, you keep doing what you do, just kind of being out there in the community, doing things like this, educating people about what's going on with stormwater management, and any other big projects that are planned up that we might be seeing?
Well, it's never too early to mark your calendar for the watershed-wide cleanup that we have, and that's in partnership with Cannon River Watershed Partnership as well. And that's September 15th. 2012. So that's a Saturday, and Owatonna has been a leader in volunteers and amount of debris removed, and we're really proud of that, and we'd like to keep it going. So we do have a video from the 2011 event that will be posted on the Stormwater website as well, so people can learn a little bit more about the watershed wide and not just here in Owatonna.
Yeah, very good, because it all connects together. We've got your contact information there, Matt, if people have questions or want to find out if you've got a willing intern or they want to know a little bit more about the rain garden information that we talked about or anything else. And thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck with the rain garden cost share program. We'll keep mentioning the class that's going to be going on at Roosevelt for you. All right, thank you so much. We'll take a break for our supporters, and we'll be right back to wrap up.
Hi, Warren Abraham, Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Hello, I'm Shawn McNulty with the Sterling House Assisted Living, a part of Brookdale Senior Living. Our mission is to enrich the lives of those we serve with compassion, respect, excellence, and integrity. We are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Time to wrap it up on this Friday, March 2nd, and there's some music in store for you, the 19th Annual Hometown Sampler Concert Series. If you've taken part in one of these before, you know how great the music is and what a fun evening it is, or afternoon in this case. It is music to support our Steele County Food Shelf. They have some great goals each year, and every year they are matched. You get to go and be entertained by the Gogs, Mile 5 Band, Bad Tangerines, Hot and Bothered with MCs Dave Otto and John Havelka. So it's always a very, very fun evening or afternoon in this case, and you are there to help restock. It's a free will donation to come in and enjoy those concerts of food or money so that the food shelf can purchase some of the items that they do. The first concert is this evening, Friday, March 2nd. It will be at 7 o'clock, and all of the concerts are at Little Theater of Owatonna here in West Hills. The second one is tomorrow evening, Saturday at 7 o'clock, and then Sunday there are now 2 shows, so 4 shows in total for you to try to make it to one of them. 2 o'clock on Sunday and also at 5 o'clock on Sunday. Great group of sponsors in the community helping to support this include Mayo Clinic Health System of Owatonna, Owatonna Granite and Monument, Thrivent Financial for Lutherans, U.S. Bank Federated Insurance, KOWZ, and of course that benefits our food shelf, which always in need of restocking. So go and do your part and enjoy your music time with the concert. Owatonna Public School Student Art Exhibition K-12 begins this coming Sunday, March 4th at the Owatonna Arts Center, and will run then all the way through March 25th. A lot of great student artwork of kids in our community, and so it's just a really fun time to see what some of our budding young talented artists may have in store for us. April 10th is the deadline for traditional Owatonna Foundation scholarship applications. They have $15,000 available to assist students who will be attending non-four-year programs at technical community colleges to prepare themselves for a technical career. An applicant must be a June 2012 graduate of Owatonna High School, El Shaddai Private School, or Owatonna Christian School. Parent or guardian of the applicant must be a resident of Steele County. If you have would like more information, you can head to the Career Center at Owatonna High School where they have applications. You can contact Jill Holmes at 455-3059 for more information as well. And don't forget about Crisis Resource Center training, volunteer training coming up on March 10th. You can give them a call for more information, 451-1202. Next week for you, we will be getting to know the new owner of the Cozy Corner Cafe. We'll be talking Owatonna Figure Skating, Safe and Drug-Free Coalition, Big Brothers Big Sisters Evening for Kids' Sake, and Owatonna Arts Center. So please join us next week. Have a great weekend.